This Sunday? This Sunday? This Sunday?
Bridge that gap, fellas, find me an empty lot. Fellas.
This ball represents your brain. Crack!
These bowling balls, they don't make them like they used to.
2, 1, Mama kill!
That most basic of questions, how do we live?
Do yourself a favor, take anybody who has never seen theatre or doesn't know anything about it, or it's just like, I'd rather go watch a movie. Like, okay, fine, fuck you. Let's pay $12 and go watch this show instead and completely conform them to theatre because it's really wonderful.
I saw Hunchback.
It was good.
I already had tickets for the closing night, so I just lucked out. The show was really great. It was seeing the atmosphere of like people going to see the shows. People had obviously seen like a lot of shows going to the Playhouse, and
You mean obvious as in they're old?
essentially, but obvious in that the way that they wouldn't leave. After the show, people just sat there and just looked at the stage. There was a man like sweeping the stage, like, and there was just like a bunch of people just sitting there and just being like just crying. There was like people crying in the audience, like just after the show. So I was like, all right, like obviously theater matters to somebody.
I saw a rad show last summer at the Cultch. It was called Dress Me Up in Your Love by Theater Replacement. It was about the clothing that we wear and how it defines us, and like the stories that we kind of put on our clothing and that sort of thing. One of the actors in the end like had all of the costumes on and all the rest were in their underwear. And I don't know, it was just a really interesting way to tell the stories through props and whatnot. And yeah, and it was really like personal and yeah, really well done.
I saw this really cool free show that was at the library in advance of the Operatic Society's production of The Barber of Seville. It was so interesting because as he was like running through this mini production, he was kind of telling us about what Commedia dell'arte was, but then at the same time, by the end of the piece, he got all these like old people in the audience because there was all these like old opera sort of theater society people there, and he drags a bunch of them on stage and he puts them in these masks. And it was amazing to witness the sort of transformational power of the masks too, because as soon as they put these masks on, they became the characters, and there were people that had never played theater in their lives. So amazing to see, you know, how something that's so old can be so fresh and still be so relevant.
Anytime I've been thinking or planning to do any sort of theater since the summer, I have talked about these two artists and their shows and wanting to reach a level of what they did. Peter and Chris do sketch comedy, and they're very physical in their performances. It's so awesome to just kind of, because a lot of people in theater are visiting now that obviously film is more popular than theater, how you can kind of create a film atmosphere on the stage, and I think they do that really well.
I don't know if other people who have their own creative pursuits feel this way, where you get to the point where you've been working so hard and you finally feel like, God, I just need to take a break. I am done. I'm finished. I'm putting so much work in and getting so little back from it, and I am completely finished. And then you see one thing. And I've seen this every single year that I've done fringe festivals. I've gone out and seen other people's shows, and I see that one thing, that two things, that five things, that dozen things that inspire me. And in the back of my head, even though I'm completely sleep deprived and tired and exhausted and emotionally and artistically and in every other possible way spent, I know that I need to do something else, and I know that there's more to do, and I know that as an artist and as a person, there's so much more to see and experience, and that I want to be a part of. And that's why I think theater is so exciting, because I think it affects people and touches people personally in a way that no other art form does. It's a very personal experience and a very unique experience.